Hello, I'm Remington Hernandez. Let's take a look at the news from across the country and around the world. An American student that was released after being held in North Korea has died. 23-year-old Otto Warmbier was captured by North Korean officials in 2016 after being accused of stealing a political banner. He was released earlier this month but had sustained brain damage. Warmbier's family released a statement Monday announcing his death, saying it would be easy at a moment like this to focus on all that they lost. Future time that won't be spent with the warm, engaging, brilliant young man whose curiosity and enthusiasm for life knew no bounds. But they chose to focus on the time that they were given to be with that remarkable person. Warmbier was on a tour conducted by a Chinese company called Young Pioneer Tours. The company says their deepest sympathies are with Warmbier and his family, and due to the outcome will no longer be organizing tours for U.S. citizens in North Korea. President Trump also released a statement yesterday condemning the brutality of the North Korean regime and stating that his administration is determined to prevent such tragedies. A U.S. fighter jet shot down a pro-regime drone in Syria near the border with Iraq. This comes less than 3 weeks after a similar incident and just days after the U.S. shot down a Syrian fighter jet. The incident happened just after midnight on Tuesday when an armed Iranian-made drone was said to have been advancing on coalition forces who were stationed at a combat outpost northeast of At-Tanf at around 13 miles from the border with Iraq. The drone was shot down by a U.S. F-15E Strike Eagle aircraft at about 12:30 a.m. Earlier this month, the U.S. shot down another pro-regime drone in the same area after it dropped munitions near coalition forces. Tuesday's incident also comes less than 2 days after the U.S. shot down a Syrian fighter jet after it allegedly attacked U.S.-backed fighters near Tabqa. In a statement, the coalition says their mission is to defeat ISIS in Iraq and Syria, and they do not seek to fight the Syrian regime, Russian, or pro-regime forces partnered with them, but will not hesitate to defend coalition or partner forces from any threat. The recent incidents were condemned by the Syrian government and Russia, saying that Syrian jet was conducting operations against ISIS. Russia's defense ministry warned it will start tracking coalition aircraft west of the Euphrates River, calling the shoot-down a cynical violation of Syria's sovereignty. The National Weather Service says the temperature reached 119 degrees in Phoenix, Arizona. Because of that extreme heat, American Airlines had to cancel around 40 flights. Those flights used the Bombardier CRJ regional aircraft. American Airlines says the CRJ couldn't handle the high temperatures that were forecast and had to ground the planes. The CRJ was the only American Airlines aircraft affected, as both Boeing and Airbus planes can handle temperatures in excess of 125 degrees. American advised passengers on the canceled flights to change their flight or connect in a different city. The forecast in Phoenix on Wednesday is much of the same, with meteorologists expecting another scalding 119-degree day. 6 inmates helped save a corrections officer who fell ill on the job. The incident happened in Polk County, Georgia on Monday morning. That's when an officer passed out while monitoring an inmate work detail. The inmate sprang into action and quickly began rendering aid to the officer. The inmates called 911 using the officer's phone and removed the officer's vest to cool him off. EMS arrived on scene and treated the officer, but the sheriff's office is thanking the inmates for their fast actions. They were served a thank you lunch consisting of pizza, fried chicken, and desserts made by the staff at the sheriff's office. The officer wasn't identified and has recovered. For the first time in years, Americans prefer fast food over dining in, according to a new study by the American Customer Satisfaction Index. Restaurants like Cracker Barrel, Texas Roadhouse, and Olive Garden saw a 3.7% decrease to an overall 78 in customer satisfaction over the past year, while restaurants like Chick-fil-A, Panera Bread, and Papa John's saw their satisfaction numbers stay relatively the same at an overall 79. These numbers take into account factors like accuracy of a customer's order, courtesy of waitstaff, and even website satisfaction. The study asked 5,500 customers to evaluate their recent experiences at the largest dine-in and fast food restaurants. The new satisfaction ranking puts dine-in restaurants on par with industries like department stores, personal computers, and supermarkets. UPS announced Monday that a new charge would be added to deliveries during peak times. The shipping service says the new charge is designed to enable them to continue providing the best value to customers while offsetting some of the additional expenses incurred during peak shipping times. Due to the cost of the extra personnel, planes, and trucks they need during peak times, UPS says the charge is necessary. The dates where the fees will be in effect are from November 19th to December 23rd and range from about 25 cents to 97 cents. For more information about the charge and how it works, log on to mynews26.com and click on UPS Peak Charge. And while you're there, be sure to check out all these headlines and more by clicking on the National and World section of our website.